Ladies and gents, welcome, welcome. We have a player who is in love with Teutons here in the red, and he is currently AFK. Okay. Jose has played thousands of games. If you look at his AW2 Insights profile, he's played 2,300 games with the Teutons. I remember casting him at 300 elo a couple years ago. And I remember his quirks as a player. He likes to build houses. Don't tell me he's still doing the houses on the edge of the map thing. He loves to build like houses on the edge of the map and builds them around the wood line. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, he's got like a little housing colony woodline situation. And I guess now that he's here, even though he's shown up a little late, we can slow it down. And then he loves his Teutonic Knights and Rams. Now that's just what I remember. But those are things to think about here. So not Jose's best start because he was not at the computer for the first minute. So he's already behind a couple villagers. And then we have Deskios in the blue here playing as the Turks. I do not know anything about Deskios, unfortunately. But maybe this would be a player that we end up returning to see at some point. But yeah, like certain names stick with me. We've never made a legend video for Jose. But he has been in multiple low elo legends casts. I think 3 of them. I remember one was on Arabia, where he was Teutons and made Teutonic Knights. I feel one of them was on like Nomad, and he was Teutons and made Teutonic Knights. And then more recently, there was an Arabia game where he, shocker, made Teutonic Knights. Okay? So yeah, we'll see how things play out here. Now, Huggy in chat says the Desky is coming forward to lame. He's like, this guy's toxic. No, Huggy. Come on, dude. You know what this is. He's not trying to lame. Huggy, you've been around so long. How did you not know precisely what this is? This is what we call Auto Scout. Now, actually, he could have been really fortunate there. Like, Auto Scout could have just zoomed right through and taken 4 sheep. But yeah, I think Huggy's like, or not Huggy, sorry, Desky. Is like, I don't want to deal with this bad boy. We're just going to auto it up. And that scout now scouting the right side of the map. I like to try and remember and guess what players do. I seem to recall that Jose did the manual scouting a lot and not auto scout. But yeah, Hardy's going to hate me for this. Because I have this little edit button and then Hardy comes to me later and says, what did you want me to edit in? But now, Hardy, if we can find it. I was just so cool. I remember an upload or two where he would always build the houses around woodlines like this. More recently, I think he built his blacksmith and his market here as well. So this is just how Jose likes to play. I love that. I love how there are players who've been playing for years and they have not changed their gameplay at all because they just don't care. They want to have fun. Their way of having fun is how they see the game. And there might be, some dude, named Clarence out there who's just like, well, it's just not logical, right? How could you continue to play the game and not want to get better? Because people just want to have fun sometimes, right? And stressing out about what's optimal and all that stuff isn't how a lot of people choose to enjoy the game. I think that's good. That's what's fun about Low Elo Legends for me. Well, see, I don't know where this villager's going to go. And clearly he wants to build something. But so far, houses in the north to protect the trees. Over here, what do we have for Deskio? Deskio just got the lumber camp up, which is good to see. Building some houses, which is also good to see. Hasn't taken any boars yet. And the sheep are almost gone. So, decision-making time here for blue. And more houses around the woodline. Okay, now, live viewers, I want you to give me some logic here. Some low elo logic. Can you tell me what Jose's shooting for with this? Anyone have any insights? My main thing is that I think that this player likes to have the house area far away from the eco area, right? It's like a place where people live, and then there's a place where people work. It's all separated. Out of the way for farms? Okay. Could see that. Would you want to live near the forest? I would prefer to live near the forest instead of near the farms. Especially if they use, like, fresh manure on the farms. Wouldn't that smell? Give me the trees all day, every day. There's going to be a mill here. Now, we know, right? A lot of, my wise viewers watching know that maybe a mill here would make way more sense, right? Because then you could take the berries, you could drop off the deer, but then the farms are on the right of your TC, and it doesn't look cute. And guys, I said he likes his cute farms. And I wasn't kidding. So he's placed the mill that's perfect for farms. Now, yeah, you could build more than one mill, but who wants to do that? Jose ain't got no time for that. Kind of love how the auto scouts are scouting in the same path right now. There's something very satisfying about this. And the auto scouts will probably continue to do so. Ooh, Deskios, who didn't take any boars, by the way, chose to farm instead. Deskios, knowing that this is Golden Pit, is going to try and take control of the pit. And I have gone 10 minutes of this game without even reminding people this is Golden Pit. I'm horrible, okay? Normally, I hope that people like the video because they actually like the video on YouTube. But at this point, I'm just requesting you like the video out of pure sympathy because I should have said that a while ago. Tons of stone, tons of gold. Very important to control this area. There is only 6 tiles of gold around the player TCs. Jose is going to build a lumber camp here. Lots of villagers headed that direction. Lots of walking, lots of good cardio for Jose's villagers. They are all in very good shape. That's good for them. Their economy isn't great, but they're in good shape. Oh, the scouts found each other. So I wonder if Blue just like looked over at his scout and saw the other scout. And oh my God, Jose has pre-rang the bell. So the villagers come home and Blue not paying attention. And Blue loses the scout. Now unring that bell, Jose. Okay, thank you. Everyone gets back to work. Oh my goodness. It's so stressful to see all the villagers walking like this. Because Blue has just been straight up collecting resources and not running a half marathon every time he goes to get a resource, Blue has collected 1,500 more resources here. So Blue is way ahead right now. Blue is also in feudal. And the first thing Blue is going to do in feudal age is start making spearmen from the barracks. So now knows where Red's base is, but doesn't have any more scouting. Again, I have a memory of like the farms expanding to the mill, and then there's a tower on like one of the sides of the mill. Because sometimes there's like a natural little one-tile gap when you build farms around mills. We'll see. Remember, Teutons have very cheap farms. So it's a good farming civilization. And we actually have a boar being brought in. Okay, Jose. No way, Jose. I like it. Blue back at home. Farming eco's looking pretty nice. Gonna get the wheelbarrow upgrade here. Would always love to see the wood in the farm upgrade too. But I think Blue is in full-on protect the middle mode. Because that's what the map is about, right? And Jose taking his time. Jose also dropped an outpost on the side. Interesting. And is on the way to feudal age now. Yeah, Red getting wheelbarrow would be really helpful here with the amount of times villagers have moved around. But I think that's going to change because pretty much I think Red's going to have like this whole area just filled with farms. And I'm trying to think about how the farms are going to be laid out. And if there's going to be a natural little tile for a tower. So I think the logic is you build the tower so with one town bell ring, you have all your villagers protected. You can fit, I think, 10 villagers inside a Teuton tower, right? And like 25 inside the TC. So it's definitely something that you could rely on. I don't know where on earth Red is going right now. Red Scout did see that there was a partially built mining camp in the middle. Is Red going to try and take the stone and gold here? Ooh. Okay, I mean, it's subtle. It's sneaky. But if Blue notices this, oh boy. Oh boy, Jose. Oh, no way, Jose. Get out of here. The Great Turk Spearman attack. Oh, shoot. Blue's like, I am not letting you do this. This is my area. And what will Jose do now? I mean, Jose needs to leave. There's no way that Jose can defend this. Well, okay. Well, the one villager is taking all the spearman hits, and the other villagers are going to try and build a tower. We do have some spearmen on the way from Jose too. Blue's also building a tower here. Makes sense. If the tower goes up for red, things get interesting here. And it feels like it may eventually go up. That is just so many freaking spears. Like, red needs to keep clicking the tower. Oh, now there's scouts out too. Oh, this is a problem. I don't even think red's villagers can really fit around the foundation there. Yeah, Jose needs to abort this plan. It's okay. Like, just because your original plan didn't work out doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You can always back away here. Jose is not backing away here. Jose still wants to complete the tower. It's at 80%. Jose's lost 5 vills. That's not good. Jose's going to lose 6. Jose's going to lose 7. Jose's going to lose 8. And this is not going to get any better because Jose's still sending more villagers forward. The farms are looking good. So, like, that's been a big focus here for Jose. But that hurts. Remember, 2,000 games for Jose. Loves the Teutons. On this map, though, the focus was always going to be controlling that golden stone. I think what you do now is you just use the golden stone at your base. Guys, that's the tower gap, okay? I know, you guys don't want to say it because you're really kind people, but you always think I'm crazy and just making stuff up. There will be a tower there. Unfortunately, right now, he doesn't have the stone for a tower. But because Jose's been producing vills this whole time, Jose's only 1 villager down. And wow, red has placed a lot of farms here. So I guess placed the farm with auto farm, but didn't tell the villagers to go there yet. That definitely is auto farm, right? Maybe just didn't click these villagers over yet. But hey, the farms are there for later. That's fine. Okay. Housing community looking good. Good place to live. These guys are slaves to their work, though. They have to work all the time. They never get to go home. Sad times. Blue is feeling like a god right now. Like, the map is all designed around eventually controlling this middle area. And blue has done exactly that. The spearmen paid off big time. More houses around the wood lines over here for Jose. And Jose adding more spears. So it's going to be a bit of a spearman battle. Look at these farms. I mean, this is pretty incredible. It looks so nice. I think what would be nice for Jose, just mine some of this stone and mine some of this gold. Like, don't just focus so much on the middle. Of course, the middle would be fantastic. Oh my God. Jose! Bro. Dude, take the gold at the top of the hill, Jose. Okay, well, hold on. He's just going to come take this gold now. Thing is, blue's got the tower. This is just so unbelievably stubborn. It's a little unfortunate. If he had 5 more stone, he could build another tower. So I think that's what these villas are trying to do right now. There's going to be someone saying, well, he's saving the other stones and golds for later, T90. Which honestly is probably what he's doing. It's actually very calm here. I thought it was going to be way worse. Okay, he gets the stone. He didn't have any protection before. He's going to drop a tower there. Oh. Again, it feels like a little dangerous, you know? Like, it's not something that I would necessarily suggest. But if he completes the tower, his tower will shoot down blue's tower. And then he will have control of this area. We'll see what blue does. Blue's making some archers behind this. Blue just queued up 11 archers. Like, guys, like, the gold and the stone at your base can allow you to spend resources to control the middle. But there we go. All right. So tower's up here for Jose. And so Jose will shoot down the tower from blue. Blue will not have a tower anymore. And then Jose will have the gold to eventually make it to Castle Age. Might make it to Castle Age pretty soon. We'll see what happens. But, you know, if you've killed 10 villagers and still have an army to control the middle, you've got to be feeling pretty good about your situation here if you're blue. Actually, some of the spearmen are actually inside of the tower right now. But yeah, spears don't add additional arrows to your tower. Villagers do. And 2 more villagers just went down. Okay, blue. Tries to repair the tower. Oh, re-garrisons as well. That's pretty insane. No more room in this tower anymore for that Vill. Remember, Turks can't get pikemen in Castle Age, so like losing your spears now isn't the worst thing ever. You want to just do something with them. I just don't know if this is the something you want to do. Tower down. Spears will go down. Villager will go down. Jose feeling it, living it. But now blue's in Castle Age. Dang. Oh, yeah, true. Teutons actually do get extra arrows because of infantry. Yeah, that's true. What I said was wrong. I forgot about that. Is it only infantry? Or is it... Well, I guess it would be... I think it's all units, right? I'm trying to think. Maybe not all units. Like, I don't think you can put monks in a tower and get arrows. Now, that fight was really good for Jose. The problem is going to be blue has archers now. The thing is, the archers are not upgraded at all. So they still don't really do that well next to the tower. Oh, you have to research crenellations first for the infantry to give you more arrows? Okay, well. So my original statement was correct. But yeah, you pointed out a good thing there about the Teutons. Okay. So Jose has been stubborn and has not taken the stone and gold at home. Has the wonderful farms, which I was kind of expecting from him. Blue, I think has played this well. Like, tried to control the middle. Made some army. Still done a good job economically. Going to drop a TC in the middle. I like that. I would say a castle in the middle as your next step would be amazing. The knight's really the key, though. Knights underneath towers is just perfect. And sure, like, there's going to be some spearmen for Jose potentially that hop out of the tower. I like the idea. Now, what blue could do is just send any of this military, any of it, right into red's main base. Like, red is not prepared to deal with that in the slightest. Red would panic. But on these types of maps where players think everything's about the stone and the gold, they're not going to usually think about that. And there are the knights. Is Jose paying attention? Jose? Needs a second. Infantry hops out. Oof, 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 oof. Oh, this defense, though. The knights will go down. The archers will go down. And Jose holds on. That was the worst possible engagement for blue. The worst possible engagement. Because he wanted to take the tower. And then he wanted the archers to be there in support. That was smart from Jose, though. Infantry out. Villagers in. This tower got 11 kills. And we judged Jose. We said, Jose, why art thou going to the middle? Don't know why I'm speaking like that, but I didn't really understand it. Clearly, that's his comfort zone. 1 minute away from Castle Age now. But now blue is going for the next step. Again, I still really like what blue is doing. That engagement was obviously awful. But this is the perfect play as the follow-up. Red can see this. But I think it's too late to really do anything about this. And this castle will deny a lot of the stone and gold. Not all of it. It actually won't deny any of this stuff that red is taking right away. But then, like, you can use the castle to make gunpowder. And gunpowder is really problematic. Like, if Turks get gunpowder, it's one of the toughest things for Teutons to deal with, I would say. Turks have, really nice options to deal with Teutons. Like the cav archers and the gunpowder. Both pretty strong. First thing we see from Jose, he goes to the barracks and gets all the upgrades he can. He goes for gambesons because that gives them really cool clothes. It also gives them a little bit of extra pierce armor, but I think it just looks like a cool outfit. Then longsword to upgrade the infantry, then pikemen. Gotta love how he's got, like, what? A nice mix inside of that tower right now. Jose, 40 vills. It is 43 then for Desquios. 2 TCs for blue. Only producing from the one in the middle, but that one is all over the gold, which is so nice with the Turks. You could tell blue, like, built this castle and was like, crap, I can't take him off those resources yet. I need another castle, and then sent more vills to stone here. Does Gambit Suns change anything visually? No, it doesn't. Which I actually didn't think about it either until I just made that stupid joke. But it would be kind of cool if it changed their outfit, because it is clearly a new wardrobe. I think it's like, I mean, I think Gambit Suns is a type of like chainmail or something like that, right? Like historically, so it's just, you know, it's armor essentially, but it's like I think it's just like a thick cloak, like chainmail armor or something, right? Am I wrong? Gambit Suns are worn underneath chainmail. It wouldn't really be visible IRL either. Ah, okay. Good to know. Good to know. It's an underlayer. Undergarments. Okay, so they're safe to say that on a cold day they're a little bit warmer as well, which is nice if you're playing like Ghost Lake or something, right? I forgot to put the no snow mod on. Well, guard tower's now in for Jose. Now Teutons get murder holes for free in castle, so that's already been in. And we even have masonry now. So he really believes in the importance of these defensive structures. Jose has enough to build a castle, and Jose's got a very dangerous history. And I'm worried on where he wants to place this castle. I just am expecting him to place it right underneath Blue's castle, and I just don't have a ton of faith it's going to work out. There's going to be another castle here from Blue. There's a tower there from Jose, though. I mean, the guard tower could be a real problem here for Blue. If Jose fully garrisons it, a lot of stuff is going to die, but Blue's also brought a lot of vills. He has Bodkin. And then he could also bring the infantry, too, to attack. Definitely the case where Blue's brought enough vills to be okay here. And that's still a really good castle. You even have Arson coming in. Just in love with towers, farms, and infantry here. The true Teuton Louis the Legend, Jose Miguel. I like how Blue made the archers and continues to try and keep them alive. Hasn't really gotten upgrades on them, but still, I think they pose a threat. And now I think Jose feels like he's completely surrounded in the middle. And now he needs to leave the middle. Soon, anyways. Blue very close to having the resources to go Imp, which would be the next step, I'd say. Imp and Trebuchets just means you can control the middle fully. Jose, I said at the start, he loves his infantry rams. I remember Teutonic Knights and rams from him. The Siege Workshop's making me think about that right now, but I just don't know what your next step... Like, if Blue's got double castle in the middle, if Blue's going to be an imp first, if Blue has more vills, I do not really see the positives for Jose right now. I mean, the main thing would be his farms look really cool, but beyond that, not many positives. Clearly hasn't really looked at his lumber situation either. There's villagers walking all over. Chopping trees, long distance... But okay, you know, that there is a ram being made out of that Siege Workshop. And I think infantry getting produced to hop into those rams. Remember, chemistry is instant for the Turk player too. So you get chemistry just by arriving to the Imperial Age. And you can make hand cannons out of the ranges. You could make, well... You could make bombard cannons, which I don't think we're going to see. Like, normally they're just going to make trebs, but... Excuse me, sorry. I feel like if Jose could be a little faster with this, right? If Jose had, like, the 5 rams all filled with infantry right now, there's a chance. But it's just going to take some time. And I don't know if Jose's going to have the time. Blue got this relic in the middle, is going to get another relic now. Jose snagged a relic too. Is now headed over with this monk over to the left to get one of those relics. There's nothing that Blue has that could take out the rams right now. And funnily enough, the stable's going to go down to the tower here in a second. So they won't really be able to make hussars either. Jose's got full armor, full attack. There's a chance. Blue has not really shown a lot of confidence with military types. Like, made the spears. Obviously, it worked out because Jose had absolutely nothing. Then made the archers, never really got the upgrades, didn't really know what to do with them. The knight and the archer situation against the tower was devastating too. And okay, Jose's on the way to imp as well. Still making rams, still making infantry to go into the rams. But blue is making trebs. Blue is making trebs. Blue is also making hand cannons. That's a big problem for Jose. I want to see blue start to mine some of this stone. There's still so much stone and gold at home. But blue's going to be focused on the middle. And those trebs are probably going to go for the tower. And so Jose's villagers have to get out of here at this point. But it's not looking good. He needs a play for the castle. Infantry ram, pretty much his last chance. There goes the monk with the relic. How confident do you guys think blue is this moment? Has killed more vills than they've lost. That's clear. Trebbed down everything in the middle. Full golden stone control. 2 relics. Imp way faster. Like, at this rank, I don't expect people to really have a great command on, you know, whether they're way ahead or not, right? Because there's just so many different factors. But this would be a game where I would expect blue to be feeling pretty confident and pretty comfortable, which I think sometimes can kind of be the death of you. If you feel like, oh, I've got this. Maybe take a little bit too much time and maybe gives the opponent a chance back. We've got Bombard Tower being researched by blue. You never see that even in pro games. Bombard Towers are sick. Still not great against rams, but good against units. And also Legionissary. There is still not a single unit that is really good against ram right now. For blue. Blue's like, I've got this. I'm so excited, man. I've been on a losing streak today. Finally, my training is paid off. I'm gonna go... Ooh. What is that? Oh. Ooh. What do I... Oh. Oh, shoot. Suddenly, there's worry. Deskios starting to sweat all over his Deskios. As he tries to defend from this. The rams come in. They're going to be capped rams here in a second. This ram goes over for the treb. Is going to take out that treb. The castle is going down. There's another treb here in a panic. That treb is going to go down as well. And Jose is like, what up? How you doing? Choo-choo. Chews right into his base. Ram infantry was sick. Also, I really like, I know it's going to be bad for these villagers. I really like what blue has done, though, to use the villagers against the rams. Because if the rams aren't there, the archers and, like, the gunpowder will deal with the infantry. So you just simply have to do what you can to take out those pesky, pesky rams. But, I mean, this is... this is doing way more than I ever expected. There's still 2 rams here. Villagers died. The treb's going to go down, too. Is blue going to lose another castle? Now, what would be ideal for red is if the units hopped out. Yeah, if you hop out of the ram to kill the vills, that would give you a shot. Well, I think both players deserve some salutes there, right? That got out of hand quickly there, right? That was a stressful situation for blue, but also, I mean, red gave himself a real fighting chance. That was the only way I could see red coming back into this. Red's not done. Red still has this 3-tile gold available up here. Still has the 2 relics as well. Is dropping a castle and is now going to rely on bombard cannons. And, you know, probably trebs. Also, if this is a player who's completely obsessed with Teutons, we might even see crenellations come in. I know it costs a lot of stone. I think it's stone and wood. I always forget. But crenellations adds the extra range to the castle. And there it is! He's a Teutoner, man. One who Teutons. That's what a Teutoner is. Don't act like I just made that up. Wow. Okay, so that's going to be 12 range. Or, no, I think it's 13 range on the castle that has villagers inside. Blue is going to be under a lot of pressure here, guys. How is blue supposed to engage against these 2 cannons and the castle right now? I think you make your own bombard cannons, and then you go for artillery, which gives you 14 range. Turks are actually maybe one of the best civs to deal with this. but it's not easy. If blue runs into Jose's base, Jose has nothing. It's just like a wasteland in there. But blue is constantly being attacked, so blue feels like he can't do that. And we've got some capes on the way, people. Even hoardings now. This castle is the key for Jose, who as he takes the score lead. Hard to know that you have a 25 villager lead when you're in blue's position. Again, just because the game's so freaking tough. And there's so many things you're constantly focusing on. Guys, I think, like, blue seems very overwhelmed at the moment and is thinking, what can I do? He's going to try and go hussars, so the stables are being built. Oh, man. It all comes down, like, I think red needs to consistently attack and push here, because if blue has a moment to think, oh, let's run into his base with stuff, then you don't have defense for that. But also, red kind of needs to use the castle as protection all the time. So red can't advance out too far, which is another thing to think about here. Oh, man, what is this? Oh, shoot. Little side attack here from blue. Nice work. And that's going to be relics out of that monastery in a second. Jose did run away, though. And Jose will bring his bombard cannons over here. Does have a ram prep to maybe sneak in again. And blue spots the bombard cannon from red. So good awareness from both of them here. The relics are now out of the monastery, but the bombard cannon goes down. And the Janissaries shoot one of the bombard cannons. Very nice play. That's all worth it for blue, in my opinion. And then you just keep running in. Like, realistically, you just want to keep forcing red to make mistakes here. Here's the tower. We got there, people. We got there. I said it was going to happen in feudal. I was wrong. And then there's the town bell. Yeah, there we go. I hope you guys respect that I said that that was the tower spot a very long time ago. It's amazing how much I can remember this Jose character. He has not changed a lot, but I think that is also why he has stayed down here in the lower elos. Blue is picking him apart now. Blue's done a really nice job. I mean, the score lead seems to suggest that Blue's not winning this game, but I think it's because red researched so many techs. And Blue's got great micro and the unit to kill off the infantry here. It's going to be a really frustrating situation for red when red looks back here and there's still blue units in his eco. Yeah, it's just the capes are not enough. Unfortunate, but capes do not help against bullets. So, well, hold on. Hold on. They're caping? Caping? Okay. Well, I mean, maybe gives red a little bit of time. Lots of idols of 25 villagers inside of that town center. And they're all these villas are going to rush over here desperately. He does not want to deal with units in space. He just wants tower defense. He wasn't prepared. And this is just devastating raid from blue. It was very well played from blue. We talked about how hard that would be for red to defend. And this has now made blue's life a little bit easier in the middle, right? In the end, Jose will garrison and kill that off and then can look to push the middle once again. But, like, I love Blue's setup here. Blue dropped those stables a while ago. Now is going to go into knights. You might be like, well, Hussar's free. Why not go Hussar? Well, look at the gold. Cavalier's way better than Hussar. I think you want to make Hussars if there's a concern over spending, gold on your siege and your cannons, but also on other things too. So in a normal game, you probably maybe want to go Hussar with another gold unit, but now you just go double, triple, quadruple gold unit. Oh my god, is he... Jose says, how do I fix this problem? Well, clearly the capes weren't strong enough, and he clicks Elite Teutonic Knight. Zero deviation from the plan, right? Doesn't matter what's happening, we will still go Teutonic Knights. We will still go for towers and crenellations and rams and everything he loves. I love it. I also really like Blue's position. It's very likely that blue doesn't know about artillery. It is a rather specific upgrade. But that upgrade adds +2 range to the bombard cannons and can actually put you in a position to push this castle. Because it's 14 range against a 13 range castle. It's the only civ that could bombard cannon a Teuton castle like this. Oh man, why do that though? When you can go for the stealth cavalier bombard cannon raid. I love how slow the freaking horses have to run. Just so they're running the same speed as these little bombard cannons. That is max speed for a bombard cannon. That is a very lethargic jog there for the cavalier. Look at blue going for attacks on both sides as well. This is sick. It's gonna slowly start to take out red's houses. Like, I guess if you're red, you just kind of gotta hope that blue sends everything to the sides, and then you can surprise them in the middle. There's only one ram that's filled up, though. That's not going to be enough. Someone says, I'm not playing Teutons not to use my knights. You mean you go knights when you play with Teutons? Well, it makes sense. Your name is Nightmare, so... I feel like if you didn't make knights, you'd need to change your name. I mean, Teuton knights are good, but Teuton infantry is also really, really good. And a lot of people find it more fun to play with infantry. The blues had control of the middle for a long time. And red, not really showing his hand right now. Like, blue's got armies prepared on either side. And I think you got one last attempt coming from Jose. I just don't see it being enough. But even if he were to take out this castle in the TC, eventually there's just going to be enough army from blue on the field to defend from it. But yeah, slowly losing houses, slowly losing buildings. And blue still preparing on this side, even healing up the army here. I love how much lower ranked players heal up. There used to be a time where like pros wouldn't heal their stuff at all. These days, like pros are healing all the time, but just like the tiny little attention to detail sometimes with lower ranked players to heal up an army before they attack is really nice. Like if I had like 3 weak units in that group, I would never think to put my monk there. But, you know, also I'd be spending my time spending some of the 4,000 gold, 5,000 food, 6,000 wood. So that's why I wouldn't be able to think about that, you know? Blue's probably like, is my opponent here right now? What's he have? It's awfully silent out here. Is my opponent AFK? Red's not AFK. He was at the start for a minute, which maybe is what he'll, you know, blame the loss on. But red can't make any more rams. Can barely afford anything except just some pikes out of the barracks, and even that's going to go down too. Again, it's a Crenellations castle. Crenellations means they outrange the bombard cannons unless artillery is in. The castle is focusing on the cavalier, but now it's being focused on the cannons, and the castle stays up. Crazy defense there. Crenellations is a sick upgrade. I love that upgrade. But it's not going to be enough. Because as this is happening, there's a massive army here, and the monk... Look at that! The monk is actually healing mid-battle. All right, well, blue killed a ton of villagers there. But Jose's like, I've got my castle. I've got my castle. Mom said one more game today, so I'm going to cling to life with this castle. Yeah, he clearly sees... I'm pretty sure that he sees the units here and maybe wants to kill them. Okay. Oh no, the monk goes down. Sad. Tower's just going to be shot down now. Pikemen head over. Did you notice that like a second ago, Jose had popped out a cape and then he put the cape back in so he could just send the pikes that way? He definitely wants to save his Teutonic Knights for the last hurrah here. Blue's 9 Trebs in queue. Blue's like, okay, no more cannons from me. I need to take care of this stupid castle. There's 20 or so kills. This is a bit of an issue. Man, Jose's so good at this. And clearly it's something that Blue's never prepared for. 3 Trebs deployed. 3 Trebs go down. Maybe Jose could move in on the castle here, too. There's still, like, you know, gunpowder in the back of his base. That's an issue. Blue's going to have more army here. That's going to be an issue as well. But Jose refusing to give it up. And Jose might end up taking out this castle, funnily enough. The bombard cannon will be sniped. But the Rams are still here. Yeah, Tejano, Jose's a player we've seen before. If you just got here, I've talked a lot about that. He loves his farms. He loves his Teutonic Knights. He loves his Rams. And, oh, God, here we go again. He refuses to give it up. Castle does go down. It's a good thing that Blue made so many Trebs here. Is this castle actually going to stay up? Oh, no, another Treb. Blue needs to keep that Treb alive. These Trebs are going down. Treb survives. Multiple Treb volleys are going to hit the castle here. And I think this is where Jose calls it. His castle's gone down. There's very little control in the middle. I mean, he does have a lot of units next to the castle. But yeah, a game over at this point. What a good game. I mean, the second half of that game wasn't the closest, let's be honest. Because Blue did a really good job expanding the eco, controlling the middle, and taking some nice fights. But, like, Jose gave himself a chance. You know, there was a moment in the game, I guess it was right when Blue hit Imp. We'll see what time that was. It was in that moment of the game that it felt like it was just over, right? And then suddenly, out of nowhere, the Rams gave Jose an opportunity. You got to think about, like, Jose gave himself his best shot with that move. It was extremely unlikely that he was going to have any chance. And being down 20 vills, being down full control of the middle, he actually pushed all of this. Like, it was pretty crazy what he did there. But once the attack failed, it felt like it was going to be too tough from him. Again, and maybe if he had like 20, 30 villagers, it would have been better. But here's my thing. Like, Jose's stubbornness in the middle, it hurt him here. I can get why he had faith with the towers. He clearly likes to play with the tower bonuses of the Teutons. But in the early stages of this game, running in and forcing the issue when he did just led to him being really far behind. Like, tossing away 10 villagers like that is just never going to be good for you. Now, props to Blue. Blue knew what this game was going to be. Blue made the army to defend it. Blue deserves credit for that. I do feel like in some ways, though, like if you're going to run out there and you see the enemy has army and you have 0 army, you should think, oh, if I stay here, I lose my villagers. So let's not stay here. Let's change our mind here. Jose's like, nope, there's no changing of the mind. Whatever happens, happens. And yeah, that would be like the defining moment of the game, in my opinion. Because remember, he lost 9 vills, and then he was still only down by 1. So he actually did a really good job producing vills the whole time. Just a little wasteful there. But I like wasteful players, and I like Jose. And Jose's really fun to watch. I'll definitely, like, anytime I see Jose online, I'm going to want to cast him. Because his Ram infantry play is really fun. His base is pretty cool. And there's not a lot of players like him. So, and at least from what we've seen, he's played like 2,500 games with only Teutons. So I don't think he's going anywhere. So if you watch the Legends, you'll probably see Jose again at some point.